your jaws.
Put the gun down before you kill someone.
Teenage Girl's Diary.
Hello and welcome to another Dollar Store Drive-In. I'm your host Laura,
I'm Joel.
and that's Shaggy with the hat on.
He doesn't like hats.
And is this our last October? What do I call it? Spooktacular October Showdown.
October Spooktacular Showdown. Yes, it is.
It is our
It is
last
week
one.
4. And
I wanted to
technically-
do something special.
You did? Well, technically, yesterday was Halloween, so today is actually the thing.
Oh,
When this
so
airs.
today's Dia de los Muertos.
So,
Also still kind of Samhain because, you know, it's celebrated like... The veil is still pretty thin. Well, hang on a second. That's better. I have a hat on.
you're the magic of magic and
Of
editing.
standing and coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a tiny witch hat on now.
She loves tiny hats, so if any of you are looking for the perfect gift, fascinators, little hats.
Tiny
that's-
hats.
She loves tiny hats.
Yes. But so if this is your first time watching, hello, sorry, we're just kind of off the rails today. We are a half-hour show that talks a little bit about a movie that we watched.
Something-
Usually the night before.
Yep. Something we found in... Sorry, Shay.
Our dog is going crazy over here. His hair is
Got a crazy face.
very crazy. Oh, there he is. Fluffing it up even more.
Anyway, something we found in Goodwill, Salvation Army, and side of the road that's sent to us by a lovely distribution company or
Side
a
of the
public
road.
relations firm, or that somebody's made and they want us to review and talk about. Any number of places, as long as it's under $5. We've never seen it, and it's in the horror genre or horror adjacent.
Sometimes thriller-y.
Spacey, sci-fi kind of spookness. You know, we'll bend the rules a little bit.
Bigfootish.
Like the movie that was randomly selected for next week when we talk about that at the end of the show. That one follows a little bit, maybe, could be a little outside of the norm. We'll see. But anyway.
But this week, it's special because we held a contest on our Facebook page for friends, loved ones, and viewers, which are also friends and loved ones, to choose from a plethora of movies that Senior Newlydead had chosen.
13 to be exact.
13 of them.
13.
And they chose 4 movies, and we've been watching them all month long in October. So...
And incidentally, winner, if you're watching, we have the first part of your thing. We're just getting it all put together. So hopefully you'll have it before the end of this episode, before it airs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm planning on getting it out in the mail or dropping it off or something in the next few days.
Soonish.
So, congratulations, you.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this week, we watched The Haunting of Murder House. Oh! I keep saying haunting, murder, house. I'm not sure.
Yeah, The Haunting of the Murder House. Yeah.
So, I got it right. Do I have to do a synopsis? Okay. Usually I read the back of the case, and since there's no case, since it's a digital viewing, I gotta make something up. I don't remember what I did last time. I'm sure it was ridiculous and had nothing to do. A couple moves into a house. Inside the walls, they find a clown mask. I can't do it because he's just looking at me like, so funny.
Oh, yeah, look over here.
And what they discover is truly gruesome. Ghosts, beasts, clowns. Hunky. The Haunting of Murder House.
I mean, you couldn't have really predicted what happened in that film, I don't think.
No.
I mean, the if you looked at the art at all, like, you might have been able to make some assumptions, but
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
I'm going to ask you one question, if you remember, and before I do my synopsis. What was the name of the original killer guy? Was it Jeremy or something?
Like you guys can't hear us.
Yeah.
Don't listen. I don't
Wasn't
remember.
All right. Well, I'll make it up.
Just say murdery guy or serial killer guy or something.
I'm just gonna say Jeremy.
I think it was like maybe Jerry.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yep.
Joseph.
Okay.
Shabadoo.
So, you ready?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Last year, Jeremy went a little crazy and murdered several women in a home. Now, watch as a camera crew of live vloggers investigate the haunting of the murder house. That's it.
Whoa, there was an explosion at the end. That's pretty impressive.
That was thunder.
She got scared. Oh, I better take out the explosion and put in some thunder then. It's not no mega lightning.
No.
It's some of that there thunder.
Mega thunder.
Mega thunder from down under. So if it is 6:30 and Tingler has not shown the episode early, or it's not been delayed, or XYZ reasons, we should be in the chat to talk at tinglertelevision.com. Just go to the drop-down menu, select Tingler Roku, go to the Tingler Roku page. There's a little chat on the right-hand side. Log in if you don't already have an account. I think you can do it anonymously too. But we'll be there. We'll talk about the movie that we are watching that week on the show, which you'll know the week before if you want to watch it in advance. Or we can talk about anything you want to talk about. Recipes, dogs, killers named Jeremy, I mean.
We're still
Joseph.
thinking about also doing some sort of, like, show us your dog.
Yeah, we talked about Freaky Familiars as being maybe a thing where if you want to send us pictures of your pets, dogs, cats, birds, fish, if you have a capybara, let us know where you are. We'll come visit. We'll bring food. Send us pictures to contact@thenewlydeads.com or
on our Facebook page.
On the Facebook page.
Yeah. I think maybe you should just make a post.
I can
show us your animals.
Make some sort of a post. And we've had a little bit of interest in that. But I know there's a lot of you out there with pets. And
everybody loves pets.
Share pets.
I like sharing our pets. That's why they're on our show all the time.
You see our dogs every week, at least one of them for sure. Jack, you've seen pictures of on a couple of occasions over the course of the time. And you've even seen pictures of our prior pets. So, yeah, I like that idea. You like that idea.
I do.
She was very excited about that idea.
Yes.
As was the chat when we were talking about it.
Yes. So, while you are getting logged on to come talk to us, we're going to show you a trailer.
That's an assemblage of clips that tells us what happened in the film.
So, we'll be right back.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. We have something extra special for you tonight. Tonight, we are going to be completing another haunted lock-in. So, stay tuned because for the next 8 hours, we are going to be live. Help! Help!
Remember, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and no way out.
It's just us and whatever is on the other side.
We're back!
Hat's gone.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to make it.
Can you find the hat? Can they see the hat?
Yeah, they can see Scully Clown over there. I don't know how I'm going to make it look like I made the hat disappear, but maybe it'll just be an explosion. Not very good. I don't have a lot of options on my editing software just yet. Is it thunder again?
Yes.
Is it gonna rain?
So,
Huh.
I'm sure there was probably some funny things in that clip. I mean, trailer. maybe not. I don't know
find
yet.
Out. You say
We'll find
y'all?
out. I find out when you guys find out.
She does. That's why I like to watch the show with her, because then she finds out and I get her reaction and see if I'm doing a good job.
Yes.
If she laughs, that's what I'm aiming for, and if she laughs, then hopefully you'll laugh. And if you laugh, then hopefully you'll tell other people to laugh with you.
It's all fun.
And they
and
tell a
games.
friend, and they tell a friend.
And then a friend tells a friend. See how that works?
See, if I was better at editing, I could make that just like the old commercial.
Organic marketing.
Grassroots, baby.
All right, tell us about the movie.
All right, so I've got some facts and fun here.
And some pictures.
And some pictures. I drew some clowns. If you've seen the trailer, now you'll understand the clowns or the poster art. Some dude with a handlebar mustache looking sinister, and a pentagram or pentacle. All right, so The Haunting of the Murder House. I don't remember which one's which. It was from 2022. I mean, pentagram and pentacle.
They're both the same.
Oh, I thought there was a difference of some sort.
Yeah.
Currently, this is sitting at 3.6 out of 10 on the Internet Movie Database. Directed by Brendan Rudnicki, who is also known for... He's also the writer of this. He's also known for The Haunting of Suicide House and The Haunting of Morgan Estate.
A lot of hauntings.
Lots of hauntings. He has a theme going on in a lot of his films. I only mentioned these because they tie in directly with this one. Not that they're sequels, I don't think. I don't know if they're related that way. Just the names are similar. But he has other films that also have similar words or phrases in them that make them sound like they're all tied together somehow. Anyway, he also wrote the film with his, I assume, brother, Kevin Rudnicki, who I went to school with as someone with a very similar name. Not the same person, but I'll tell you later. But it's very similar. Kevin is also responsible for writing The Haunting of Suicide House, The Haunting of Morgan Estate, and The Haunting of the Murder House. It's a lot of haunting.
Haunting.
Murder.
Murder, house.
This stars one Sarah Tyson, who is known for the film Army of One, not to be confused with the Dolph Lundgren classic. She did a couple of short films and then this, and that's it. Tyler Miller is the other name that I will bring up here from the cast. He was in the 2017 Baywatch film adaptation with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Zac Efron. I was about to say Baggins.
I thought you were going to say Baggins. I just had this feeling that he was going to say that, but not.
He was also in a film called Forest of Death, which is also a Rudnicki classic.
That would have been a really weird cast.
Right, Zach Baggins and Dwayne Johnson. That's another word that the Rudnicki boys like to use is forest. They have some murdery forest movies. And that's it. That's all I'm going to tell you about the folks.
All right.
So
it's a found footage film.
I'd say it's more shot on video.
It's supposed to be a found footage.
Well, but it's a
Oh, right.
narrative.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a found footage.
Because nobody finds the footage. We're watching the
You're
footage.
You're right.
So it kind of is on a weird little fringe where it could technically maybe fall into both categories.
Yeah, because you're watching them like film live, like they're live streaming.
But you're getting the behind the scenes story, but you're also getting the
You're right. It's more
that's
shot
on the
on
camera.
video.
But it's a little bit found footagey feeling. Sounds like a song.
I can tell you one thing that I did like. The clown. I liked the clown mask.
That's the one thing I think we both kind of agreed on. I apologize, I'm really itchy in my ear for some reason. The clown mask was surprisingly good. Like if you've seen the Camp Blood movies, which I have all of them, the mask is always changing and it's never very good. And they have about as big a budget as these guys did. But the mask in this, for whatever reason, was very effective. The main mask and the one that was on the mannequin. That mannequin mask was almost scarier, I think.
Agreed.
IMO, in my opinion.
Yes. And it had flesh in the back of it.
Kind of looked like if the Joker didn't have a nose, maybe, kind of. If it's not in the trailer, I don't know if it's in the trailer.
You think there was a real person underneath it?
No.
It was a mannequin, right?
It was a mannequin. They just moved the mask whenever they...
Yeah, but they made the mannequin, the back of the head of the mannequin, look like realistic flesh.
I think that was just the back of the mask.
Oh.
I think it was all one piece that had like
It was
cowl.
very good.
Because the one that the guy that the murder guy had, the serial killer guy, Jeremy, Jerry, Joseph, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt, his mask was the same way. It had a big
Joel.
cowl around it. What?
That's another J name.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I've got that here. The very first thing, the clown makeup was well done, which it was technically a mask, but they put some like blood around the mouth, so it looked kind of more than a mask.
Yeah, and like kind of creepy, like teeth.
The music was actually pretty good for this kind of low budget film. The acting was not.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
The acting was.
It was slow.
Yes.
It was really slow.
It was very slow. Poor acting.
That made me sad. Because you know what happens when a movie is super slow, and I'm watching it.
Don't say it.
If you've watched this before, I fell asleep.
Oh no. Oh no.
Twice.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, I fell asleep twice.
Yeah, so if you can't tell, the movie is already losing points rapidly because of
That. It's at least 1 point.
at least 1 point. I think the clown that I drew, the first one, the fat one, is better than the movie itself. So it's like, basically the premise is kind of like a Zach Baggins, speaking of which.
That's probably why he was gonna say that name.
Yeah, like a paranormal
Researcher
show.
Mm-hmm.
But
then they were like insinuating that they faked a lot of it because like they kept losing subscribers. How do you lose subscribers? Oh, followers. That's what it was.
Because they were saying that they were following the stream, but wouldn't it be they're viewing or they're watching or they're participating or whatever?
Whatever. Maybe it's just like some weird streaming platform where they're called followers.
Maybe.
Let's just go with that.
We'll go with that.
Or they didn't want to get in trouble by saying.
But they kept talking about how rich they were going to be because they had like 500,000 people watching or something like that.
And they were like, we're making money. I'm like, how are you making money?
How right? And how are you going to be like so rich that...
And if that's the case, how do we do that?
Right?
I want to start doing that.
We got dowsing rods. We know where there's haunted stuff around here.
We do have dowsing rods.
Why not? Let's go.
There's a lot of haunted places in Rockford.
I think we just found our new thing. All right, people. We'll see you next week on our new show, Paranormal...
Dowsing rods.
The
dowsing rod dummies.
Wow.
We do it with our dogs.
Oh, right.
They're the dummies.
That is a twist. I've not seen
They're like holding it with their little paws.
A paranormal investigation show with dogs.
You guys like it, don't you?
What, the dogs?
They like that idea.
Oh, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. Also,
dowsing dogs.
Oh, there you go. That's really good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a cute idea. So they go to this house where it starts with the murder. The clown murders his last victim before he's murdered by the cops, shot by the cops, whatever you want to call it. So they don't say how many years later it is, but they're insinuating that
they said it was last year.
So it's a year later. They're going back to the house to investigate where these horrible crimes happened with this guy that killed at least like 6 women or something like that. So they get there. The house is boarded up poorly. The house is immaculate. Like, immaculate. Super clean. They're talking about, they must have chained the women up over here. There's no marks on the walls to indicate chains were there. The walls were freshly painted. It looked like they probably smelled like cookies. Like they were just shoved
They had
in the
one
house.
room that had like, graffiti written on the walls and stuff, but it was like pretty nice.
It was the garage.
Right.
And the graffiti looked like it had just been written in Sharpie.
My favorite part was when they were like, oh my gosh, I found this room. And it was like covered up with just like a piece of plywood or whatever. Or not plywood, but
piece of like 3/4 inch sheetrock.
Sheetrock.
Because when they slide it over, you can see if you've ever worked with sheetrock, it's taped, like the sheetrock is covered in this like this paper, and it looks like it's, you can see the edge
drywall.
of it. The drywall, yeah.
Yeah.
The sheetrock, yeah.
Sheetrock is a brand name, Joel.
I'm going to go get some Kleenex. Oh, I mean facial tissues.
Yes, exactly.
Some Band-Aids.
Drywall.
Medical adhesive strips.
You don't want sheetrock people coming to bang down our doors.
That's true. So the drywall. I'm
bleep out all the sheetrock. It's like a bunch of swear words.
They push it to the side like it's this big thing because there's a hole in it, and they're peeping through the hole, and they see the mannequins with a mask. They see some mannequins, and one of them's got a mask on, and they're like, "Did the cops not find this?" And they just move the sheetrock. I'm sorry, the drywall to the side, and they're like, "Oh wow, we found their secret dungeon."
Yeah, like the cops didn't find it.
There's like 2 mannequins, a bed, one like chain, and then there's a separate room with a door. And the cops didn't find this?
Yeah.
And there's even a hole in the wall.
And there's a whole bunch of like evidence still like in the house.
Just
like
left behind.
Whatever.
In this super clean house. And so then they do this challenge where the guy's supposed to stay in the room and investigate. And all he does is keep shining his light on the different mannequins. And then he goes over to look at something else, and he comes back and shines his light on each of the mannequins. He's talking to him the whole time. It's effective when the one mannequin's head starts turning. But other than that, he's just pointing the lights at them. They keep looking at him really closely, like nothing's going to change.
Right.
In 5 minutes at them.
But then, he thought it was like moving. But then like his friends show up and they're like, yeah, it wasn't moving. And we watched the video footage and nothing.
Yeah, and then nothing happened. He was just imagining it.
He was going insane.
It reminded me vaguely of Alone in the Ghost House, which is a Joni Durian film, which was better done, in my opinion. I thought Dylan, one of the main characters, looked like James L. Edwards. If you know who he is, I'll put his picture up here. He's a staple of the J.R. Bookwalter shot on video films. I don't think they're related, though. I couldn't find out anything to verify that. The cops had mentioned that they were leaving evidence. There was also a radio that kept playing, but it wasn't plugged in. It was supposed to be an old-timey radio, but it was a brand new, old-timey looking radio like you could buy at Target.
Right.
And he's like, oh, no. He's all like freaking out about it.
Oh, no.
And I don't know why I wrote going down to Stabby Clown Town. And then he was pounding him hard. Why did I write that?
Because he hammered that guy in the head.
Oh, yeah, he was using a hammer. So then the guy gets possessed by the clown murder person. And then they play hide and seek with the girl, who she goes into a closet with a flashlight, sits on the floor, leaves the closet door open with the light facing out, and is thinking she's not going to be found. Why?
Yeah.
It made no sense. Ultimately, I think if you can't have gathered by now, between her falling asleep and what I've said here,
Not a fan.
not.
I had high hopes for this one. This was the most rated or most chosen. Like out of all the people who voted for it, this was the highest votes.
So I was happy when it got selected to be the number one choice, because I'm like, cool, we're going to get the top rated as the number one. It worked out perfect. Because it was like almost 50% of you chose this movie as your number one choice for us to watch. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you guys were thinking, whether it was the clown on the thing or whether you'd read about it.
You just liked the name of it.
Something. But you guys, there was no, like, 2 of the other ones were tied, and one of them was definitely the middle or the lowest. But this one was by far and away the top number one choice. Not even close. It was weird.
Sadness.
It was sadness. So, yeah, I would not... Oh, yeah, and they keep... there was a chat. They kept showing a little chat thing next to the live stream. And apparently either the writer didn't know or they were trying to make it look like internet people are dumb, but they couldn't spell the word Ouija.
Yeah.
It was like Ouijii or something like that.
Yeah. Every single person was
Not
spelling it like that. Every single person on the live chat.
That's why we were thinking it wasn't just a fluke.
And they had weird names on the... Which I understand that there's weird, screen names and whatever. I mean, mine is Spooky Laws. What does that even mean? I know what it means, but...
I know what it means.
Yeah.
It makes sense if you know, but...
Spooky
Yeah, they had a lot of...
Laws.
They were trying to be clever, and there was maybe like 1 or 2 that were kind of funny, but the rest of them were just like, why? What is wrong with you people? Okay, so yeah. All right, I think it's time.
Yeah.
We need to kill this
give
ghost.
it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say, what would you give it for a rating? 1 out of 5 clown masks.
All right, for the clown mask and for the creepy mannequin head turning thing, I'm going to give it a 1. I know that's a stretch because it was kind of dull and I didn't really like it, but that part, I give it credit for that.
I'm giving it a 1 also. I fell asleep, but it's better than...
Okay.
We had like a little temporary snafu, but maybe he's going to edit this. I don't know. Maybe this won't even be on. Maybe you're not even gonna see me doing that. Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 1 because I did not fall asleep, but it is better than Dead Sea.
You
Dead
did
Sea.
fall asleep.
I did fall asleep.
You did fall asleep. You said
Did I say not? Oh, I did fall asleep. Sorry.
Yeah. And then you said it's better than Dead Sea, and then Dead
Yes.
Sea popped up, and then you said,
Yes.
"You're so cute." You said, "Go away."
No.
There's
Go
something
away,
like-
Dead Sea. Hit the road, poo.
I just snorted a little bit. So that was The Haunting of the Murder House, and that ends October Spooktacular Showdown.
Yes. So
Thank you.
next week.
Oh, wait. We're back.
Oh wait.
What?
Don't we have to do your thing and then
Oh,
do
yeah.
next?
We have
Yeah.
to give my suggestions.
So if they don't want to watch Murder House of the Haunting Murder House,
That's a lot of housing.
what should they watch?
Well, I was going to go with Alone in the Ghost House, but we're going to say no because that's too obvious. So we are going with 2022, also Deadstream.
Oh, I like Deadstream.
Also a independent film. Also about in this case, a singular paranormal investigator in a murdery house, and a bunch of stuff that goes wrong in the murdery house. But that film was
Yeah.
brilliant. Such a good film. So funny. Also pretty scary at times, and
I want to watch it again.
it's very well done. So if you've not seen Deadstream, I believe it's still streaming on Shudder. I'll put the little thing up here to let you know. Highly recommended. We both enjoyed it quite a bit.
Yeah.
So now, chosen at random out of the big box of wonder, we are back to that again, ladies and gentlemen. Next week we are watching,
High Voltage.
starring David Arquette and Luke Wilson of all people.
Random.
Randos. All right.
And Ryan Donahue?
You know.
Donahue?
So what's
I
this
love David
about now
Arquette,
that you can actually read it?
Oh God.
Is it long?
God, no.
That's what she said.
It's just it's the oh my God. Okay. High Voltage, an emerging rock band managed by industry vet Jimmy Clean, strikes a deal with record executive Rick Rowland. Things take a sinister turn when the band's lead singer Rachel and her mother Barb are struck by lightning and killed. Rachel is brought back to life, but she's different than before. Lightning courses through her veins, and she uses her new strange electrical powers to drain the life from men, turning it into electrifying stage performances. But just how far are the band willing to go to make it?
So it's listed on the
I think some of the grammar back here is a little off.
the Internet Movie Database as a sci-fi horror thriller music something. I forget how they phrase it. Either way,
Revenge is worth dying for.
I saw it. I hemmed and hawed about it when I found it because I'm like, this sounds like it could be not spooky, but the cast and the fact that there is somebody who came back from the dead and there's electricity involved, I'm like, we're gonna give it a shot. So this is a recent find, actually. I just got this one just like
2018.
Yeah, it's fairly.
Sword.
Oh, I have it on my thing as. Oh no, that was Deadstream. Never mind. Yeah, 2018 on my notes.
Yep.
So,
I'm excited.
where can they find us if they want to locate us on the internet?
They can find us at thenewlydeads.com if they would want to, or you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. You can find us in Rockford. Sometimes we're at Wolf Hollow. We did finish our Witches Market at the beginning of this month, but we are going to be doing the Krampus Market, and that's coming up in the first weekend of December.
I don't know if we'll have a thing for it yet, but
if you missed us at the Witches Market and you would like to meet us at the Krampus Market, stop on by. It's going to be at Wolf Hollow and their new space called Liminal.
In the back.
In the back.
All right.
So, all right. Well, thank you very much for watching. We appreciate you every single week tuning in and watching us, if it's live or if it's on a repeat. We love you guys. So thank you very much, and we will see you next week. And until then,
Keep it cheap and creepy.
bye.
sister. Where are you going?
I'm gonna finish this. Goodbye, Tom.
Do you want to talk to me? Did you see me? What?